How y'all doing today? This is Mike with Dad's Fathers. Today I have with me Mr. Cobbs. So how are you doing today, sir?
Doing good, yes, sir.
Doing well, doing well. Mr. Cobb is here with us. He was a client and had a unique experience, and we thought it'd be great to share his experience with the Attorney General as well as his child support case, because we would like fathers to understand just because you change something in your life, you also have to change it in court. As I mentioned yesterday in our last review, updating your information is very important. So, Mr. Cobb, give them an idea. I guess, what was it, last week you experienced Attorney General court and had a little mishap there. But what happened that led you to get to the Attorney General court?
As far as back child support?
Yes.
Actually, I was a full-time student at the time, and not knowing that you needed to upgrade, tell the information as far as, your, circumstances with life, didn't know that they had arrearages, even if you were in school. And me being a full-time student, 10 hours a day, I was informed by the Attorney General that you still are responsible for that unless you get a modification of some type.
Right.
And I didn't know that.
They even told you to go to work, go to school on the day.
Go to school during the day and
get a
work
job
at night.
Right.
So basically 4 or 5 hours of sleep and keep doing the same thing every day.
Wow. So what happened was you went, a year and a half, 2 years?
It took me 2 years total to get my license and everything to actually work in the profession that I was in. So what happened is, I guess you had 2 years, the child support accumulated to a large lump sum, and then they issue a capers for you. Right.
And after that, what happened? Did you go back to court and try to straighten it out?
No, I didn't. Didn't know anything about a modification or anything.
So how did you learn that you was behind and they'd issue a capers for you?
Basically, when they finally gave me the guy that came out and served the warrant, that's when I knew I had to appear in court.
So they served you a warrant for back child support?
Yes.
Wow. And the warrant pretty much is the standard warrant, pay up and go to jail?
Right.
Wow. So then what did you have to do in order to get that matter situated?
Once I went to court, we set up like a payment arrangement, and that the judge was okay with, and we went from there pretty much.
Okay, good. So I guess my question would be telling the guys out there that are looking, what's the one message we want to get across to them when it comes to, number one, updating your child support information, and number two, when it comes to, I guess for lack of a word, trying to suspend if you're going back to school or something like that? What's one message you learned from your experience?
I would have to say update your information constantly. Stay in contact with the Attorney General's office.
All right. And did your mom try to help you out or anything?
No.
Nothing at all?
No.
So one thing we learned is Mr. Cobb went back to school to better himself so he can increase his revenue. But the main thing we learned, I say we learned because we went through this together, is although you go back to school, always understand any changes you make in your life, you should also try to see how will that impact your child support case in general. In his case, he went back to school. Could he have told them and maybe did some changes to lower it or stop his child support? He don't know because he didn't do it. The message we're taking from this is any changes, at least contact the Office of Attorney General or your attorney or us so you can see how can it align back into your new situation in life. Otherwise, you yourself could get the knock at the door and they're serving you a warrant.
And in the county jail.
And then in the county jail. I wasn't going to say that, but since you said it. And he experienced a few days in the county jail, all because of lack of knowledge. And as you can see, they said, go to school during the day, get a job at night. They really don't care as long as you're sending that money in. So good thing you out. Yes. Everything's going well.
Everything's good.
And one last thing, did they suspend your license? Because I see that you're a barber.
Yes, they did.
So not only did they lock you up, they also took away your ability to make money.
Yes.
But fortunately, we got all that stuff squared away. You're back at work and growing as always, huh?
Yes, sir.
Well, sir, I appreciate you doing this little quick interview.
Thank you.
And we'll go from there. We'll talk to you next time.